Today, I might be sharing my story, but it's really not about me. It's all about you. Because if I can do it, then you can definitely do it. Let's start from the beginning and go back a bit in time. Since I was a little kid, I was so passionate about media, before even knowing what media is. Like, what do I mean by that? Yani, if my parents want to keep me quiet, they would put a camera in front of me and I would just have a full-on show by my own. An intro, an outro, guests, I was the producer, the presenter, everything. It was a one-man show. I was even the guest. I grew up and I was doing great in school. And I knew I want to go for literature, Adabi section, because I want to study media in uni and that will benefit me. And I was just so sure of that. But everyone, including my mom and even the teachers, were so shocked with that decision. You got 98% as a final grade and you want to go for literature? What are you, crazy? Like, this is the reaction that I used to get all the time. And by the way, I really think it's about time we change this mindset, that science majors are more superior than literature, and being a doctor is better than being a journalist. Each one has his own role that is adding value to the society. Anyways, I didn't let any of that stop me, and I graduated from school to go and study journalism in uni. My dad had really good connections in the media sector, yet I still refused to get a help or even a push, or even to get an internship through him. And I even remember I refused to send him my CV. I applied for my own internship in Al Arabiya MPC group and I got it, and it was great. It was an awesome experience, to be honest. Now, after graduation, I needed a proper job, and as a fresh graduate, how on earth would I get a job in the media sector? So I went for something else, to be honest. I went to be a content manager, but in any job that I used to work at, I used to insist that videos are the future. I'm very passionate about creating videos and presenting. Even if it wasn't part of my job role, I still did it. Until the day that I got an opportunity to be a producer in one of the biggest channels here in the UAE. I was very happy. And I used to work from morning to past midnight with full-on energy, full-on passion, and zero complaints. But unfortunately, the show that I was working on has come to an end. And the manager has changed. So one day, I go to the office, just like any regular day, but I see a letter on the desk. And that letter said, "Thank you for your services." Basically, I got fired. And it was like khalas, the end of the world for me. My thoughts were, I just lost the best opportunity. There's no way I can find a better one. I still remember that day. I had tears in my eyes because I didn't understand. I genuinely didn't understand. I didn't only go the extra mile for that job. I did way and beyond. Of course, victim mode was on. At the same time, let's be realistic. I needed a job, I needed the money as well, so I had to move on quickly and get another job. But I was sure that one day I will do something related to media. And years pass by, and one day I find a channel that's all about the driven, the dreamers, the doers. It's called Smashy TV. They didn't have a role open, but I really loved their concept, really believed in their vision. It's an online channel for business and tech news, but with like full-on youth spirit. So I go, message the CEO on LinkedIn, and I told him, this is my background, those are my skills, and this is how I can add value to your company. I got an interview on Thursday, I still remember. And on Monday, I received the job offer. The role was producer and presenter with the exact salary that I asked for. It has been 2 years in this company, and I love it. I just love the growth so much. But still, I had a message to deliver. I wanted to create a safe space for people to stop for a second and think. Think of the things that they have been raised on. Does it serve them, or does it limit them? And I wanted to have the freedom to talk about whatever I want by creating my own videos on my own social media, but of course, I was so scared. I was so scared of people's judgment. I was so scared what people would think of me. I was so scared of even my parents' reaction. Will they support me, or am I gonna be a disgrace for them? I have put the barriers in the world that could limit me. Like I don't have enough equipment, I don't have a mic, I don't have a camera, I don't have a green screen. And who am I to talk about a healthy society and preach people? I had those thoughts even after doing years of psychology workshops. Imagine. I had ideas for more than 30 videos on my notes, on my phone, just laying there with zero action. How many of us have ideas on papers, on our notes, in our heads, and they are never executed? I personally was so guilty of that. Until one day, I decided that enough is enough. And I asked myself, what's the worst that can happen? Like seriously, what's the worst that can happen? And I just started. And since I posted my first video on social media, I have never been happier. Breaking that fear barrier is so liberating. I was so lost, and I felt like I was just surviving in this life. But now, I started living. And it's okay to be lost sometimes. We really need to normalize that it is okay not to know what to do. We don't have to have everything sorted out all the time. We really need to be kind to ourselves. And it's very important to remember that throughout your journey, you might not find people cheering for you. So you need to be the first and the best cheerleader to keep going. Now, proudly, I'm a presenter who conducted over 1,500 interviews with people from all over the world, like Gary Vee, Grant Cardone, and passionate entrepreneurs in the Arab world like founders of Fangami, Kareem, and Swivel, and many more. Each person that I come across is like a mentor for me. They teach me so much, and I'm so grateful for that. And as a content creator on social media, I have been chosen recently from 1,500 applicants to enroll in Faris al-Muhtawa program by New Media Academy. Also, I must say this, remember that channel that fired me? Now I'm a weekly expert guest on one of the channels that Media Group has. And the line manager, who I worked with there, he's actually the one who nominated me for this talk. So if you ask me, what keeps me going? Why am I so persistent about my goals? I'm just so sure that I was not brought to planet Earth to graduate, get a job, and survive. I have a message, and that's my purpose. And I will never give it up for anyone or anything. Because that's who I am, and that's just the beginning for me. So if me, the girl who was full of fear and lacked self-confidence, did all of that, then you can definitely do whatever you put your mind to. Thank you.
Woo! Woo!
If I can do it, then you can all definitely do it. Thank you.
شكرا جزيلا لك